George, I either saw it from you. I apologize if it wasn't you. It was somebody within your Florida State community there, whether it was you or Jen or Chris Frazier. Somebody posted something derogatory about Alex Adkins that was pretty obvious, just in terms of a recruiting type of jab. So what's the story about Alex Adkins in regards to him not exactly having a fire under him in regards to recruiting?
Well, you make it so bad, sound so bad when you say derogatory. No, it was
Okay.
definitely me. It was just an observation. I said this on my show last night. I'm not real good at I'm not one of these people that sits around like, okay, what's a trend? What's something that happened? Let me put a good joke to it, or let me think out a tweet or make a meme on Canva that I can put out there that'll go viral. I just kind of put my thoughts out there. If I have a thought, if something occurs to me, if I have an epiphany while I'm scrolling the timeline, I'll tweet it out. And that's kind of what it was. So what I just said a moment ago, you know, Alex Atkins would be after a couple blue chips and another two or three or five guys each year. And those would be the only guys he would recruit. Like you wouldn't hardly offer anybody. And then if you missed on one of them, you're screwed. That's it. You're stuck with a guy that has no business at Florida State. Damn sure not as the top one or two or three offensive line in the class. And all of a sudden, and never anybody over 6'3", 6'4", 200 some pounds and some change, except for very rarely. And there's not a ton of 6'7", 6'8" offensive tackles out there. There's just not a bunch of them. Period. So I don't think we kind of realized it at the time, or I didn't, or I was on willfully blind to it. But now all of a sudden, as soon as Herb Hand gets here, get four guys out of the portal better than anything you ever got in the portal in 6 seasons, 5 years. All of a sudden the high school guys you're getting these offers out to that are retweeting and immediately putting you in their top schools and saying what an honor it is and how amazing it is to be at Florida State. And I keep talking about Chasen Brown. Like, was Atkins recruiting him? He's 6'7", 260, and he's right here in Florida. Like, he was ready to go to UCF. The tweet was like, holy crap, Alex Atkins just literally wasn't recruiting these guys. It's like he wanted to be friends with 4 or 5 of them and like was scared you couldn't offer somebody else because it would hurt their feelings. I'm not sure. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, and this is all allegedly. I don't want to get sued for defamation or whatever, but there was some dynamics going in there and some ego surrounding Alex Atkins and some other kind of members of that coaching staff that, ultimately FSU ended up paying the price for with who they decided to keep and who they were worried about placating and the recruiting out of high school. It seems like a stark difference all of a sudden once Herb Hand and Gus Malzahn got here. You only hope that there's kind of, they can win enough games to see it through to year 2 and year 3 and make a run with this thing. But it sure just seems completely different. All of a sudden, you've signed and offered and got commits for more 6 foot guys over 6'5" than you did 5 whole years.